Okay, good evening. So last session we done about SAS, how to use. I uploaded one document. I uploaded less document also into notes. Check it. So less is same like SAS. Only syntactical differences will be there. You have to install like SAS. You have to compile. Only syntax changes will be there because very few companies are using less. SaaS have more advantages when compared to less. So no need to know about both of them. Anyone enough. But some rare locations, if company have to work with less, then you can practice that notes. That's enough. Huh? So have you seen? Huh? I uploaded less notes, right? You check those two things. Next, now from today, we will start understanding and working with the JavaScript. We will start dealing with JavaScript. So whatever knowledge of HTML, CSS we have till now, that will be more effective in interactions now with the help of JavaScript. So first, let me give you just a basic overview about what it is, why it is JavaScript, just idea about that. Means just basic evaluation. Actually, many people have wrong idea about JavaScript because if you ask what is JavaScript, majority of people will tell you JavaScript is a client-side script. That is wrong. JavaScript is not just a client-side script. JavaScript is a huge language. It is used server side also. It is used in database also. So Java don't say JavaScript as client-side script. So that is for people who don't know about JavaScript. Because at school, college level, when they teach JavaScript, they teach with HTML. When JavaScript you learn with HTML, it is client side. But JavaScript is not only with HTML, it is used in various locations. So technically, if anyone asks what is JavaScript, we should say that JavaScript is lightweight, lightweight, lightweight. So interpreted, interpreted and just in time, JIT, just in time compiled programming language. That is the point about JavaScript. So JavaScript is lightweight. So lightweight. JavaScript is lightweight, interpreted and just in time compiled programming language. What does that means? I will tell you. Actual interpreted means so it translates line by line. It translates line by line. Then we call as interpreted. That means generally programming languages, they translate line by line. They translate entire program at a time. If entire program is translated at a time, then it is compiled. If it is line by line translated, then it is interpreted. That means JavaScript have both behavior. JavaScript is interpreted and JavaScript is compiled. Compiled means actually JavaScript is also a compiled programming language. Compiled programming language means all lines are translated at a time. All lines are translated at a time. So that means all lines are translated at the same time. That is actually compiled means. So it is a compiled programming language, it is interpreted programming language. Actually, JavaScript, what is the meaning of JIT actually? Means actually, uh, JavaScript follows two types of compiling techniques. JavaScript follows two types of compiling techniques. One is we call as JIT. JIT means just in time. Just in time. Just in time. JIT means just in time. Another one is AOT. AOT is ahead of time. Ahead of time, just in time. JavaScript have two types of compiling techniques. One is just in time and ahead of time. What is the meaning of this? What is just in time? What is ahead of time means? Actually, suppose we have browser. So we have browser. And generally, browser, already we know that browser have a browser engine. Now, what happens is when you write any program, here, this is JavaScript app, JavaScript application. In JavaScript application, you written a JavaScript program. Now, this program is loaded into browser. This program is loaded into browser and it is compiled in browser. That means it will not compile in app. It will load in browser and there it will compile. This technique is called JIT, just in time. Just in time means the program is compiled in browser. But some technologies are not using JavaScript with JIT. They are using JavaScript with AOT. AOT means ahead of time. Ahead of time means they are compiled in application itself. That means browser will not compile. Before they go to browser, they compile. That means where the program is compiled, based on that, we have two types of compiling techniques. Just in time means, so JIT compiles in a browser and AOT compiles in application. So before going to browser, if it is compiled, that is AOT. Lot of technologies which use JavaScript, they use JIT as well as AOT. Some technologies use JIT, some technologies use AOT. For example, suppose we have various technologies, like suppose Angular JS, we have like Angular, we have like React, we have like Vue. So we have like Backbone JS. So many are there. So many JavaScript based technologies are there. JavaScript based technologies, these technologies use JavaScript. When they use JavaScript, that JavaScript need to be compiled. Then they follow these two techniques. One JIT technique, another one AOT. JIT technique means the program is compiled in browser. AOT is little faster. These days everybody is using AOT. AOT is latest and faster. Everybody uses this because it will not waste time in browser. It will be easy for browser because it is compiled before it goes to browser. This is called AOT, ahead of time. So all these technologies which are using JavaScript, they have to compile either JIT or AOT. For that, actually, JavaScript compilers are, we have various compilers. We have compiler like V8. V8 is a JavaScript compiler. We have a compiler like Babel. Babel is a JavaScript compiler. These technologies will use these compilers to translate JavaScript. To translate JavaScript, we need these compilers. For example, we have a compiler like Babel. Let's open that. It's taking time. Yeah. So we have this Babel, the babeljs.io. This is Java. This is Babel. This is a JavaScript compiler. Now you don't need these type of compilers if you are using JavaScript with HTML. So many people don't know about this at all who learned HTML and JavaScript. That means they don't know what is JIT, they don't know what is AOT because they learned JavaScript with HTML. And they know JavaScript with only HTML. They think that JavaScript is used with only HTML. For those people, JavaScript is just interpreted. But people who use JavaScript in various other technologies, they know that JavaScript is not just interpreted, it is compiled. You need various compilers for that, various compilers. And this is one popular compiler. Majority of technologies, they use this compiler. Actually, this is the Babel. And it uses various compiling techniques, as I told you, JIT, so AOT. You can read about those compiling techniques in this website, right? But I hope you understood the line now. That means to make you understand this one line, I have to tell all this, right? That means that is the official definition of JavaScript. JavaScript is lightweight, interpreted, and just-in-time compiled programming language. Why it is called interpreted? Because it can translate line by line. Why it is called JIT compiled? Because it can translate at browser, entire program. But these days, very recently, it also comes with AOT. So two types of compiling techniques, and so many compilers are there. Now here, very important, you should know that JavaScript is a language which is used with HTML, which is used with HTML client side. It is used with Node.js, that is server side. So it is used with MongoDB. It is in database. It is used in Flash and 3ds Max like softwares. We use their 3ds Max like softwares. We use there also. There we use there as action script. We call as action script. That means JavaScript is used in animations. It is used in database. It is used in server side, client side, everywhere. But when people learn JavaScript individually, they learn with HTML. That's the reason they think that JavaScript is a client side script. But JavaScript is used server side also. It is used in database also. So don't say that JavaScript is a client side script. JavaScript is a language. It is a language which can be used client side, server side, database, animations, everywhere, right? So here we are first using JavaScript with HTML. Later we will see server side also with Node.js, with MongoDB. How to use JavaScript we will learn. So we are learning JavaScript first with HTML. So that is the reason. So the question here is why it is called client side script, right? That we will see now. Detailedly we will see that. This is definition. So JavaScript is a language for client, server, database, and animations. Now, why it got that name? What is meant by script? What is the nature? Actually, evolution, you need to understand a small history. Actually, the first browser, that means the first browser, when internet started, we started a browser called, the first browser is Mosaic. Mosaic is the name of first browser. When internet started, we don't have all these browsers. We have a browser called Mosaic. That is the first browser. And for that browser, we used a markup language called GML, and we used SGML. After that, we used HTML, markup language. And for that, we used a client-side script. We used a client-side script called ECMA. ECMA script is considered as the mother of all scripts in the world. All the scripts are derived from this ECMA script. In the beginning days of internet, first we used this ECMA script. ECMA script. For browsers, they have to use this script. Then what happened is, in the early 1994, in 1994, a company called Netscape. This Netscape company developed a browser called Netscape Communicator. It is communicator. It is browser. They developed a browser called Netscape Communicator. It is very popular. People don't know about Mosaic, but everybody who knows internet, so they have to use this browser called Netscape. Netscape was very popular. Worldwide, everybody knows about Netscape when they first started internet, because it is the only browser we have, and we have to purchase. It's not free. We have to purchase this browser and we have to use it. This Netscape browser, they designed in 1994. It also uses HTML and a language called ECMA script. It uses same. Browser uses the same. So HTML and ECMA script. But what happened is, this ECMA script was not designed for HTML. ECMA script was separately designed for some other purpose. And browsers are using that script to handle client-side interactions. So this script is not designed for HTML. Then what happened is, later HTML was rapidly improving, means several new things are coming in HTML, and ECMA was unable to handle them. ECMA script was unable to handle the new features introduced by HTML. Then what happened is, this Netscape people, Netscape appointed Brendan Eich. They appointed Brendan Eich to develop a script for Netscape. They appointed Brendan Eich to develop a script for them, because this ECMA was not capable to handle HTML properly. Then these browser people want a separate script for them. Then they appointed Brendan Eich. Brendan Eich is very popular. We call him father of JavaScript. He designed JavaScript, and he is very popular for a browser called Firefox. Mozilla Firefox, he designed it. He was CEO of Mozilla for several years. For past 3-4 years back, he resigned from that, and now he maintaining a group called MDN, Mozilla Developers Network, MDN. He is the head of this MDN group. And we call him father of JavaScript because he designed a script for browser, a personalized script for browser. But first its name was Mocha. he named it as Mocha. Mocha is the name of that script. After that, Netscape people changed the name as LiveScript. They changed the name as LiveScript. So first it was called Mocha, and after that LiveScript. The specialty is Brendan Eich developed entire JavaScript in just 10 days. He took only 10 days to design JavaScript. We learn 1 month, right? To understand JavaScript, he built it in 10 days. He is genius in scripting language. He developed, means whatever he developed in JavaScript, even today we use it, right? So, and he took only 10 days to finish complete JavaScript design. So the same we are using even today everywhere. So it was very fast. It was the owners are Netscape. Then Netscape have to maintain this script. They were not able to maintain the script because Netscape was only browser. They were not professionals in language. Then what happened is Netscape, Netscape, Netscape given the responsibility of LiveScript, LiveScript to a company called Sun Microsystems. They given the responsibility of the LiveScript to Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems was very popular with their language called Java. They were very popular with their language called Java. So because of that confidence, Netscape given this maintenance to Sun Microsystems, because Netscape is not a company who maintains language. They don't have that resources to maintain language. So already Sun Microsystems was very popular at that time with the language Java, and Netscape given them the responsibility to maintain this script. Then what they have done is, so Sun Microsystems changed that name to JavaScript, just to tell the developers that it is from the same people who built Java. Right? That means it is maintained by the same people who built Java. There is no relation between Java and JavaScript. That means if anybody asks why it is called JavaScript, simply like that. There is no relation, nothing to do with Java. Then why it is called JavaScript? Because it was maintained by the same people. They named it as JavaScript. Is anything of Java available in JavaScript? No. Is anything of JavaScript used in Java? Nothing. Then why it is called JavaScript? That is just to tell the world that we are maintaining it. So Sun Microsystems named it as JavaScript. JavaScript. There is no relation at all. And why it is called script? The specialty of script is actually a script can be embedded. A script can be embedded into another technology. A script can be embedded into another technology, or it can run individually. Both abilities will be there. That means you can integrate this into another technology. As a part of that technology, you can use it, or you can separately use it. That means many languages, they cannot embed into other technologies. They can't embed into other technologies. For example, Java language. Java language can run on only Java-based technologies. You cannot use that language in .NET applications. .NET have some languages which will not run in Java applications. But JavaScript can run everywhere. That means it can run on Java programs, it can run on .NET programs, it can run on PHP, Python, everywhere. That means it can individually work or it can work as a part of other technology. It can easily incorporate and it can run just like we call as parasite. It's like a parasite. That means individually also it will work. Parasite means it will work inside the body of others, right? But it is not like that. It can work individually, it survives individually, run individually. Name Java, right? Because that is maintained by the people who built JavaScript. After that, what happened is this all during these JavaScript versions and all. Later, what happened is in 1998, Microsoft people, they developed an operating system called Windows 98. They developed an operating system called Windows 98, right? They developed an operating system Windows 98. When they developed Windows 98, with that what they have done is they released so many free browsers. They released a free browser, Internet Explorer. And when this free browser came into market, everybody stopped using Netscape. That means total close. Nobody used Netscape because Netscape is a paid source. And this Windows Internet Explorer is a free one. And everybody migrated to this Internet Explorer. After that, other browsers came like Opera, Safari, other browsers came. These free browsers completely closed Netscape. That means what happened after this Netscape? Netscape stopped its services in 2000. In 2000, they stopped their browser. They stopped JavaScript also. They stopped JavaScript because JavaScript belongs to Netscape. When they stopped JavaScript, now every browser needs JavaScript. Then what every browser have done? Every browser started extending JavaScript by their own. Means already what JavaScript is present, to that new extensions are added by every browser individually. Due to that what happened? Every browser started its own JavaScript extensions. Browser incompatibility started. I already showed you in the beginning. One option works in Internet Explorer and it will not work in Edge. One option works in Edge, it will not work in Internet Explorer. Why? Because that is because of browser incompatibility. Browser incompatibility started because every browser started its own JavaScript. This was the problem we faced from the early 2000. Then what happened is Netscape stopped their services. After stopping their services, what Netscape done is Netscape given the responsibility of JavaScript to again a company called ECMA. It's a group. ECMA, European Computer Manufacturers Association. ECMA is a group which already have the script. They haven't given this JavaScript to Sun Microsystems. They have given this JavaScript finally to ECMA. They said that you do it, you maintain it, because these people stopped. Close, complete Netscape close, company closed. But they have JavaScript, which is very important for the internet, and they given that JavaScript to ECMA. From 2000 onwards, ECMA people started maintaining JavaScript. And from that time onwards, JavaScript is called as ECMA script. Again, JavaScript is called as ECMA script. And its versions, we call it as ES5, ES6, ES7. These are the versions of JavaScript. These are the versions of JavaScript. That means many people don't know that JavaScript means ECMA script. JavaScript means ECMA script. That means ECMA took over JavaScript, and the JavaScript versions are ES5, ES6, ES7. All these are versions. Very latest is JavaScript ES 2021. That is the latest. Now, important is people know as JavaScript, but it is not JavaScript actually. It is which one? ES. That is the reason people who don't know this, they will ask, like when we teach JavaScript, they will ask in the beginning, sir, with JavaScript, will you teach ECMA also? That's like joke, right? Right? Because you don't know, that's okay, fine. That because JavaScript is ECMA. That means, but what is their intention? They think that you are learning ECMA means advanced, new features, but they don't know that JavaScript is called ECMA. Right? JavaScript is ECMA with old, new. That is all your classification. People who don't learn everything in JavaScript, they generally they divide. For example, you see, suppose technology like Java, core Java, advanced Java. There is nothing like that. Java is Java. This core Java and advanced Java, our people divided, because they can't learn everything at a time. So first learn core Java, then learn advanced Java. This is your division, right? Some special courses are designed by Amirpet, Hyderabad. Worldwide people know them. Amirpet is underworld of software technologies. You know, worldwide people know it. Right? That means anywhere from India, people have to come here to learn technology. Anywhere from India. Because last night a new version released means tomorrow morning we will teach here. That is too much fast updating. Nobody teaches in the world. Immediate updates. Right? It is like underworld. Now little reduced actually. Earlier it's a big hub, complete underworld hub of software technology, Amirpet. You might have seen in newspapers like Hindu and world India wide newspapers. So they have given United States of software technologies, Amirpet. Because here all people come from different regions to learn. So, but do job trials where other locations. Like people learn technology here, they go to Bangalore, they go to Pune, they go to Noida, everywhere and do job trials, but learning here only. Because this is the where place in the India you will find with less course fees, more content. That is only the point. More content, correct content, and with less fees. That is what people do here. That is the reason even people from other people who are working in other countries also, they take materials, they get materials and contents, everything from here. Amirpet only they go take from here. Every course related options. So technically the point is like here generally, here content is too much content is delivered. Too much content is delivered. At any level of experience, he can handle it with this type of content, right? So that is the point here. Many people are not aware of correct names, right? Then because you understand in that way, we also name in the same way. That means we say that, okay, we will teach JavaScript. After that, we will teach you ES. That is not good. That is actually JavaScript is ES. So you are learning JavaScript means you are learning ES. And which version? If you are learning 7, that means with the latest features. Right? Currently, companies are using ES6, ES5 versions. But we will learn ES7 and 8 features. Huh? We will learn ES7. So the version we are going to learn is ES7. So enough, because companies are still using 5 and 6 versions. ES7 is very good. That means ES7 means whatever latest features are there up to now, we are going to learn from basic to advanced. Everything will be here. We will not do any divisions like this is basic, this is advanced. We will learn everything. That means it will be covered with for all basics and advanced. Right? We are going to deal with everything here. So I hope you are clear. So which version of JavaScript we are dealing here? ES7. Because when you put in resume, you have to tell that. Because as a UI developer, you will tell that HTML version 5, CSS version 3 and 4. CSS version is 3 and 4. And JavaScript Bootstrap version is 5. We learned 5 na, Bootstrap version is 5. And JavaScript is ES7. These are very important because some companies particularly ask that, okay, you know JavaScript with all latest features. That means they will ask like, you know, ES7. Because the latest features are very much required in some projects. That's the reason you have to know that. So we are going to deal with this version. But what is problem in JavaScript? The problem in JavaScript is browser compatibility issues. We have to manually handle that compatibility issues. To overcome that issues, libraries are designed. That's what jQuery, Angular, React like technologies are coming. Their main intention is to reduce the compatibility issues. That is the reason, remember, JavaScript language compulsory, right, for any web developer. But directly you will not use JavaScript in any project. You will not use directly JavaScript in any project. You will use only jQuery. You use only jQuery. Real-time projects are built with jQuery or Angular or React currently. Then why JavaScript? Because JavaScript is the language for jQuery, the language for Angular, React like technologies everywhere. That means as a learner, you must have knowledge of JavaScript 100% perfect. But you will never use direct JavaScript in projects. 100%. Anywhere in project, you don't use direct JavaScript. You will always work with jQuery, React, and Angular. But jQuery, React, and Angular use the language JavaScript. So we are learning this language for future. We will not directly use it. You see any website, you open Google, Amazon, or any website, the entire script is jQuery, majority. So others use React and Angular. For example, Amazon is designed with React. Netflix is designed with React. So other are designed with some Angular. Some are using jQuery, right? The point is JavaScript we don't use, but your interview will be on JavaScript. Your interview will be in JavaScript only. That means for UI developer, questions are asked in JavaScript. They don't ask questions in jQuery, but in real time you use jQuery. You don't use JavaScript. So this is very important. So you need to be perfect with JavaScript as a language. So perfect, then only you can handle. See, for a person who learned JavaScript perfectly, jQuery, all these are just 1-2 days work. In 2 hours, you can learn jQuery. In 4 hours, you can learn React, Angular like technologies. If you are good with JavaScript. That is the reason you should concentrate more on this, right? So I hope you understood why it is called JavaScript and how it is used, right? One more important thing you should know is here, what is the role of JavaScript with HTML? Currently, we are using JavaScript with HTML. What is the role? That means why we use JavaScript with HTML. What is the purpose of JavaScript with HTML? First, what is the purpose of HTML? HTML presents, am I right? HTML presents DOM. Presentation happens in DOM. And what JavaScript will do is, JavaScript is used to manipulate DOM. JavaScript is used to manipulate DOM. Generally, this is technical answer actually. For general people now, if you ask what is the purpose of JavaScript in HTML, immediately you will get one answer: validations. JavaScript is used for client-side validations. That is one point you will hear everywhere. But JavaScript is not only for client-side validations. JavaScript can do a lot of things. So the best answer is JavaScript is used to manipulate DOM. That means DOM is presented by whom? HTML. That means it will decide which element to display. Now what you can do with JavaScript is you can add element to DOM. You can add a new element into DOM. You can remove element from DOM. You can change the position of element in DOM. You can render new content into element. You can render some new content into element. That means content means you can render data into DOM. That means you can say that you can render data into DOM. You can update the data in DOM. You can update data in DOM. All these things are done by JavaScript. That means JavaScript is used for all these things. For example, so by using JavaScript, you can change a picture. By using JavaScript, you can remove the picture. By using JavaScript, you can add a picture, right? By using JavaScript, you can change title. By using JavaScript, you can remove title. All such interactions are managed by using JavaScript. So the main purpose of JavaScript with HTML is to manipulate DOM. JavaScript is used to manipulate DOM. That means the document, HTML document. That means you can add elements, you can remove elements. For example, I will tell you a simple point. Like suppose you might have seen in several websites. In any website, suppose in any website you have seen, suppose you have an option like upload photo. You have an option like upload photo. Upload photo, that means we given an option here and we have a browse button here. We have a browse button here so that user can browse and select. Browse we have defined. Now what happens is here I can upload one photo. Okay. But while using, I decided that I want to upload one more photo. Right? I want to upload one more photo. Then they given an option here, more. When I click on that more, what will happen is this control is created another duplicate where you can select the second photo. That means when you designed the form, it contains only one control. Now how you added a new control into it? Means when user said more, you went to immediate HTML page and added input type file. No, that should be added dynamically. Na? Dynamically, we need to add a new element into it. Right? If he says that no, I want to remove it, he clicks on remove, then it will be deleted. That means we can add element, we can remove elements, we can update data into elements, you can change them. All these kind of activities you can do with the JavaScript. So the main purpose of JavaScript in HTML is to manipulate DOM. Not only manipulating DOM, actually JavaScript is also used to handle browser actions. Not only DOM actions, it is used to handle browser actions. We call it as BOM, browser object model. JavaScript have two abilities. Document means only page. Browser also it can control. JavaScript is used to control browser. Browser model means what? Browser related information. That means you see when you are using a website like Amazon or some website or some bank website, when you, or just open Gmail. When you open Gmail in Edge, then immediately Gmail people will show a message that better use Chrome. How they know that I am not using Chrome? How Gmail knows which browser I am using? Some bank website says that please update your browser, you are using old version. How you know my version? How that bank application knows my browser version? And it is saying that you are using old version, please update. That means not only your page related information, your browser related information is also sent to them. They can handle that. Your browser related information. For example, how they know my current location? You can see a website asks allow location. When you allow location, your current city is known to them. How? My current city, how they can know? That means it is out of page. It is not only page. Page cannot send my location. Page cannot send my location. Then who can send my location? Some app which is running in my machine. It can send my location. It will get my IP address. Through the IP address, it will get my latitude, longitude, and through that it can access my location and display. That means browser also need to be handled. That means not only document handling, browser also handling. That means actually browser action means so many will be there, like window, like location, like navigator, like history. All these things we can handle by using document, by using JavaScript. This all comes under browser model. We call it as browser model, right? That means when you are using any website, you might have seen, suppose they have to show a PDF document. If they have to show a PDF document, they have to verify whether your browser is having a PDF plugin or not. And if PDF plugin is not there, then immediately they will show a message saying that please install this plugin. For example, see here, suppose we are using some browser. So like some Chrome. We are using some browser like Chrome. And Chrome, Edge, any browser you can go with that, right? We are using some browser. Some issue is there. Let's check that. Some technical issue is there. Let's wait for a few seconds here. Okay, so here, yeah, see, suppose we have this Chrome. I'm going to this Chrome setting. Chrome is a browser, right? We go to the Chrome settings. Means we are going to some browser settings. In the browser settings, we will disable some functionalities. In the browser settings, we will disable some functionalities. Yeah. So in browser settings, you see, I'm going to a setting called cookies. We are going to the browser settings called cookies. In this cookie settings, you see site settings and cookies are allowed. I will block cookies in my browser. Actually, cookie is very much required to perform operations like login. If cookie is disabled in any website, login will not work, right? That means if cookies are disabled, login will not work in any website. Every website have to use these cookies for login. But why I disabled? Because cookies are virus carriers. That means on internet, virus comes through cookies. So that is the reason I blocked cookies for security reasons. Then see what happens here. Suppose we open Gmail, and in Gmail we want to log in into any Gmail account. So when you want to log in into Gmail account, now Gmail people will first verify to log in cookies are enabled on your browser or not. You see now here, suppose I am logging with some Google account, right? So I am logging with some Google account, yeah, and click on next button. In the next step, so you can see, you see it says that your browser has cookies disabled. That means how they know that my browser is not enabling cookies? That means how Google knows my browser in my computer it is present? That means who is sending this information to Google? That is also done by JavaScript. So JavaScript sends your information to, it sends your information to servers. That is the reason when people talk about JavaScript, they talk about security issues. One of the main problem with JavaScript is security. Why we have problem with security in JavaScript? Because it sends your information to others. You heard about virus on internet, right? Have you heard about Trojans on internet? Trojan, virus, you heard? Virus is little better. Trojan is very dangerous. Generally in computers, they are affected with virus and Trojans. Trojan is too dangerous than virus. Why? Because virus will slow down your computer, delete some files, that's it, no problem. But Trojans will broadcast your information to others. That means somebody can watch your computer remotely from other location through these Trojans. He can see what you are doing. He can control your computer from remotely using Trojans. That means you see like team viewer like softwares, right? How they can control our machine from a software. That is because of these kind of Trojans. Sometimes Trojans are used very dangerously, illegally. Then who helps the Trojans to send your information and to control your device? That is done by JavaScript. That is the reason JavaScript have such security threats issues. JavaScript language wise, so many problems will be there. I will tell you those problems. That means what are the issues with JavaScript. When we start language, we will see that. But initially, JavaScript is not just to control client side validations. Actually, JavaScript, you have to tell in 2 points. JavaScript is used to control DOM and to control BOM. DOM means it is used to control document. BOM means it is used to control the browser. That is the reason. So in the beginning of HTML, I shared a DOM hierarchy to you. Again, I will share that DOM hierarchy later. That means we discussed about DOM parent element, child element, the DOM structure. I will upload the DOM structure. When you look at the DOM structure, actually, yeah, when you look at the DOM structure, actually you will find it is having two levels. One is called BOM, another one is called DOM, browser object model and document object model. Some problem in my machine, right? So next session we will see that. I will show you that. Some hanging up, it is out. Yeah, you can see just one point I will show here. You can see this is the DOM hierarchy I shared in the beginning. In this hierarchy, DOM is only this part. This part is DOM. The rest of the part is BOM, browser object model. That means JavaScript, all these days you learned this DOM presentation, but JavaScript can control both DOM as well as BOM. That means it can control this outer model. This is related to browser. This is related to only document, right? So we are going to learn how to handle DOM as well as BOM, browser object model. That's we will see in our next session, right? So Monday we will discuss about practically working with JavaScript, how we can configure, how we can use JavaScript practically, right? Monday we will continue.